Morning. Hope you are doing well, hanging in there on this breezy spring day. Yay. All right. So finding ourselves in our chair for our chair yoga. And you'll want anything that you need for your practice today. So if you need your blocks, straps, if you need some pillows, blankets, whatever you need, and then whatever you need for final relaxation. So finding ourselves in the center of our chair, taking ourselves away from the back of the chair because we're engaging our core. Let's begin by rolling our shoulders. So let's go and roll those shoulders back. And rolling that forward. Good. And then go ahead and just kind of relax that a little bit. Let's take our hands, place them on our thighs, and we're just going to do a little bit like it's a rounding and an opening. So a little bit of seated cat and cow. So very simple, just because we're just starting off. Muscles are still cold, but just a little bit of this seated cat and cow. Don't worry, we'll make it bigger later. But just doing a little bit right here. And we're kind of over exaggerating on the shoulder area because that's where we were starting was with our shoulder rolls. So rounding that and arching that. Good. Let's bring that back to neutral. Go ahead and shrug that right shoulder up towards the ear and then release that, round that down. And then let's shrug that left up towards the ear. And then round that and release that down. Good. Shake that out. And let's add in a little bit of a sun breath. So let's inhale and sweep this up, or actually it's a whole sun breath. And then exhale this out. And inhale and sweep this up. And exhale this out. Good. And inhale and sweep it up. And exhale it out. Very nice. And you can release those arms again. Let's drop our chin down towards our chest. As we do that, think about the lengthening in the neck and think about keeping our shoulders pretty far away from our ears so that we get a nice long neck, especially in our back, the back part. So right there from the base of the skull, all the way down. Lifting that head center and taking our eyes towards the ceiling. Good, not just lengthening through the front of that neck. Very nice. And then let's go ahead and drop that chin again. Keep our shoulders away from our ears. And then lift our eyes to the ceiling. And then again, chin to chest. And eyes to ceiling. And chin to chest. And eyes to ceiling. Good. Head back to neutral. 2 sun breaths. Inhale and sweep it up. And exhale it out. And again, inhale and sweep it up. And exhale it out. Good. Roll those shoulders back and roll that forward. Let's go ahead and look over to the right. Go ahead and keep that there. Be right back. And then bring that head back to center. And then let's look slowly over to the left and let's keep this here. Just that nice rotation, getting that neck nice and warm. Good. And then bring that back to center. Look to the right again. And look to the left again. Head back to center, drop our right ear towards our right shoulder. Maybe release that left arm. Good, lift that head back to center. Now let's drop that left ear towards left shoulder, release that right arm. And bring that back to center. Let's do 2 sun breaths. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale this out. So getting that pattern of the breathing going today, we're interweaving it. Inhale it up. And exhale it out. Good. Drop our chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, chin back to chest, and left ear to left shoulder. So some neck half circles here. Let's do a few of these, taking this from side to side. And instead of tensing up those shoulders, maybe think about relaxing every time you're doing that circle. So melting those muscles instead of tensing them up, just taking that from side to side. Good. And some days there's a lot of cracking going on, and some days there's not in the neck. So remembering that every day is different. Good. Let's drop our chin back to chest. Lift that head center. 2 sun breaths. Inhale and sweep it up. And exhale it out. And inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, we're either going to hold the back of the chair, clasp our hands together, or you can put your hands behind you on your seat. So wherever your mobility or flexibility is going to let you go today with your shoulders. So we've got those arms behind us. So we're beginning to open up our chest. Let's go ahead and look to the left first. So let's look left. Head back to center, drop our chin to chest. Head lift center, look to the right. Head back to center, drop that chin to chest. Good, lift that head back to center, and let's release those arms. Shake that out, roll those shoulders. And 2 sun breaths, inhale and sweep it up. And exhale it out. And inhale and sweep this up. And exhale, let's clasp behind us again, either clasping hands or reaching for the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Open that chest again. Maybe there's a little bit of arch in your back, or maybe there's a lot of arch in your back. Look to the right. And look to the left. Head to center, drop our chin to chest. Head to center, eyes to sky. Good, bring that neck back to neutral. And then let's release those arms, shake that out. Inhale and sweep this up. Drop our right hand down to the right side of our chair and gently lean this over. It's not too big of a lean yet, just a gentle lean over and opening that rib cage and that belly. And do you see how my hand is twisting open? We're twisting that open as well. And then bring that back just to center. We're going to do that twist one more time. And it's a slow, gentle twist, twisting that arm, twisting that rib cage, twisting that chest. And bring that back to center. Oh, let's inhale and sweep this up. Drop that left arm. Good. Just a lean first. We'll add in that twist in a moment. Just a nice lean. And then twisting that hand open, and maybe your rib cage and belly can go with the hip. This side's tighter than the other. And then back to normal or neutral. And then go ahead and twist that open again. Oh, wow. Just those little movements, those little openings, little rotations can make a big difference. And then rotate that back closed. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. Clasp our hands at the top. Press our palms towards the ceiling. Lengthen up through our arms. And let's lengthen up through our rib cage. Lengthen up through our torso. Let's do a few side breaths here. Let's inhale it deeply. And exhale, big sigh out. Good. 2 more times. Inhale it deeply. And exhale, big sigh out. 1 more time. Inhale it deeply. And exhale, big sigh out. Wow, good. Get that nervous system going. Let's bring those arms out in front of us. Stop hands. Rotate wrists. Rotate the other way. Open our arms so we see our arms in our peripheral vision still. They're not way back here. They're out of the side of our eyes. Taking our palms up, make some fists, roll those knuckles in towards the wrist. My hands are tight. And then go ahead and bring that into a nice bicep curl. And now we get to do that bigger seated cat and cow. So let's go ahead and open this up, arch that back, inhale. And then exhale, round that. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. 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 Good. Back to neutral. So lengthen that back up through that spine. Let's reach out through those arms. Take our arms in front of us. Palms are still facing up. I know those arms are tired. I know those shoulders are tired. Now let's face our palms down. Good. And let's do a little bit of this is like the 100 that you would do in Pilates, a little bit of Pilates arms, a little bit of a flutter. That's what it is. I'm thinking of the word. I was like flutter kick, but flutter with your arms. So just a little bit of that flutter. Good. And then let's release those arms down. Roll those shoulders back and roll that forward. Inhale and sweep this up. Let's take that left arm to that right thigh. Right hand, you can either reach for the seat of your chair or the back of your chair. And let's do our first spinal twist. So twisting into this, and let's breathe it here. Inhale it. And big exhale. And one more time, big deep inhale. And a big exhale. Good, bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Take our right hand to our left thigh. Left hand, either to the seat of the chair or the back of the chair, but whatever you do on the other side, do the same on this side. And breathe, breathe into this twist. And again, big deep breath. Good, let's bring this back to center. Now we're gonna make our twist even bigger. So let's go ahead, inhale, lift our arms up. Keep our arms lifted. Let's take our legs over to the right. And let's take our hands, place them on the top of our chair and use the leverage of that chair to go as deep into this spinal twist as feels good for you. Comfortably uncomfortable, you can go there, but don't go to painful. You don't want to go to painful and you don't want to hyperextend or overextend this. But just going to right, you know that point where it's like, oh, I can feel that. It feels good. Breathe it here. Let's do a couple deep breaths. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Feeling it under my shoulder blades today. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Wonderful. Good. Let's bring those arms back up. Lift them nice and high. Bring our legs back to center. And then let's go ahead and take those legs over to the left. So taking that to the left. Hands are going to go to the top of that chair again. And twisting. Deep twist. Right there. Oh, as deeply as you would like to go. I love that. You get to kind of use the leverage of the chair to go as deep as you need to go today. Let's add in those breaths. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. 2 more times. Big deep inhale and exhale it out. And 1 more time. Big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Woo. Let's lift those arms back up. Keep our arms lifted. Take our legs back to center. Sitting ourselves up tall here, like we would if we were going to make space in our ribs. So sitting ourselves up really, really tall. Inhale, lift it tall. And then exhale, release our arms to our side. Roll our shoulders back and go ahead and roll that forward. Let's do a few more neck circles. So drop the chin to chest. Ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder. Just 1 more time each side. Nice neck circle here and neck circle here. Good. Let's go ahead and add in our seated sun salutations. So let's go ahead and place our blocks where we want them. If you're using blocks, let's inhale and sweep our arms up. So big deep inhale, dive it down and over. Belly resting on thighs, or if there's a lot of space there, feel free to use a pillow or a blanket between your belly and your chest, or your chest, not your belly and your chest, between your thighs and your chest. Hands are right there to those blocks. We're in this nice forward fold. Let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen through our spine, lengthen through those arms. Maybe those fingertips are tented on the blocks. Ooh, that feels very good. Nice long arms, long torso, neck is also lengthened. And then let's release this back into the forward fold. Good, let's inhale and lengthen here. Exhale and release. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Let's add in our spinal twist. Inhale and lengthen here. Let's hold this here. So holding those nice long arms, nice long spine. Let's press into our right hand. So pressing right hand into that block. And let's take our left hand to our lowest rib. And let's twist that rib cage open, twisting our torso open, using that elbow as leverage as well to help open this up. Oh, good spinal twist here. Very nice. Don't worry, we'll do it with a longer arm in a moment. We just want to get that spine open, breathing it here. I don't know about you, I feel this all over today. This is a good one. Very good. And then let's release this back into that nice forward fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Hold this here. Let's do that spinal twist with the torso on the other side. So let's take our left hand, place our left hand into that block, left block, and right hand's going to go to that rib cage. Twist that open. Oh, goodness gracious. Twisting that rib cage open, twisting that torso open, using that elbow as leverage, and breathe. Good. And then go ahead and release that. Very nice. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Let's hold this here. Go ahead and press that right hand into block. And this time we get to open all the way up with that arm. Go ahead and keep that there, or as much as your arm will open. Go ahead and keep that there and breathe. And let's go ahead and release this back down. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Let's go ahead and do the other side. So let's take our left hand, place our left hand onto block. And right arm twist open. Oh, this side feels so much tighter than the other. I don't know if it looks that way, but it feels like I can barely get this arm up. So breathing into that, especially if you've got the tight joints or the tight muscles, tight tendons, or if your rib cage is tight, or if your torso is tight, or if your mobility isn't going there today. That's okay. Every day is different. Just listening to our bodies and moving with them, going with it, going with the flow, riding the wave. Good. Go ahead and release that and relax. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. This time we're going to keep this here for just a moment. Let's sit ourselves up taller, even taller in that chair. So sitting up, lengthening up through that spine. So think about stacking each vertebrae, and we're going to, as we do our exhale, we're going to hinge and twist to the left. So let's inhale it deeply. As we exhale, let's hinge this forward and twist it to the left so that our right elbow is on our left thigh, or trying to get to that left thigh. And we've got that deep-seated spinal twist here. Ooh, feeling that in my opposite hip, so feeling that in the right hip today. Breathe deep. Maybe recognizing where you're feeling it at. Maybe you're feeling it in your shoulders. Maybe you're feeling it in your back. Maybe you're feeling it in your legs. Maybe you're feeling it in your arms, somewhere completely different. Just recognizing where you're feeling it at. Feeling that interoception and proprioception, all of those septions, all of the feelings. Good, let's bring ourselves back to center. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Let's exhale our hands back to heart. Good, and sit ourselves up tall. Maybe you can get even taller than before, than the other side. So lengthening up through that spine. Let's do the same thing, except we're going to twist to the right this time. Inhale deeply. As we exhale, let's go ahead and hinge and twist to the right. Left elbow is going to that right thigh, pressing those hands together. Oh, and recognizing where you might be feeling it on this side. Maybe you're feeling it in the same places that you were feeling it on the other side. Maybe completely different places. But again, recognizing that, acknowledging that, and being thankful that we can understand, that we can say, yes, I actually feel that I have feeling about that my body feels that. And breathe. Sometimes those connections between the body and the brain, the mind, get a little fuzzy. So this is a great way to practice that as well, to recognize exactly what we're feeling. Good, let's bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep those arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer and go ahead and exhale, hands to heart. Let's do this again. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive this down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. And now we get to release our arms to our sides. Very good. Roll our shoulders back and roll that forward. Let's get our legs involved. So let's get that lower body warmed up. Let's go ahead and go into our staff pose. Let's go ahead and lengthen through our legs. So if you're doing a single leg staff, you can have that right leg out or whichever leg, but remember which one it is, because when we get to the other side, you want to do the other leg. Otherwise, you got both those legs up and both of our arms up. Let's lift it up into this very, very difficult and strong pose. Flexing, super flexing through those feet. Let's breathe it here. Inhale it deep. And exhale it out. And inhale it deep. And exhale it out. And one more time. Big deep inhale. And big exhale out. Good. Releasing our arms down. Now you can reach those hands by your side or hands to your thighs. And we're going to curl it. So hamstring curl and leg extension for 8. So let's take that. That was 8. Now this is 8, so we're going to do 9 actually. That was 8, good. Here's 7, curl it back and extend, there's 6. Curl this back and extend, there's 5. Curl this back and extend, here's 4. Curl this back and extend, there's 3. Curl this back and extend, there's 2. Curl this back, we're going to hold our next one. And extend, hold this here. I know that's tough. Go ahead and point those toes and flex those feet. Point those toes and flex those feet. If your quads are on fire, or if anything's on fire, if your core is on fire, then welcome, welcome. Good, point and flex. Keep pointing and flexing. Point and flex. Good, let's release that left leg. Very nice. Scoot ourselves forward. Keep our right leg lifted. Maybe you want to lift it up even closer to you. And we're going to go into a boat pose, so a modified boat pose. And we're trying not to get up against the back of the chair yet. So holding this here, and again, if that quad's on fire, if your hip flexor's on fire, part of the practice. It's part of your body waking up, part of your body getting stronger. Let's breathe it 2 breaths here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And big deep inhale and exhale it out. Very nice. And you can release that. Good. Scoot ourselves all the way back against the back of the chair finally. And let's bring that right leg in. Give that right leg a nice big hug. So hugging that right leg. Ooh, give that a big hug. Let's wrap our left arm around our right leg. And let's go ahead and twist it to the right. That feels very good. I'm trying to think of what I did yesterday that my back is sore. Because today's twists feel extremely, they usually feel really good, but today they feel extra good. Good, let's go ahead and bring that to the other side. So twisting that the other way and preparing ourselves, mentally preparing ourselves for our figure 4, for our piriformis or our hip flexor stretch. Good, let's bring ourselves back to center and let's go ahead and go for it. So let's take our right ankle to our left thigh or that foot. Sit that up tall. Let's find our hinge. So finding that space where right before our shoulders start to round. So finding where we have that nice alignment, where that spine is nice and aligned, that chest is nice and open. But once you begin to round, then it starts to go down into where we don't want it. It starts to either get up into the neck, but we want to keep that chest open so that we get that nice hip flexor stretch. We don't want to get too much in that low back or too much up in the neck and shoulders. We want to get that super good front hip flexor stretch. So finding that space. Good. And then let's bring ourselves back against the back of the chair and we'll add in our breath with our movement. So let's inhale it deeply here. As we exhale, hinge this forward, lead with that chest. Inhale it up tall. Exhale and hinge. Inhale it up tall. Exhale and hinge. Inhale it up tall. And exhale it and hinge. Good. I was doing yoga the other day and the teacher, she was a runner and she could barely do this stuff too. And I felt so good. I was like, thank you. Because usually I'm taking yoga from like yoga teachers that they're all the way forward. And she was just barely, she's like, it's as far as I can go, guys. And I was like, yay. Me too. It was nice to know. Good. Very nice. All right, let's go into half shoelace here. So let's go ahead and take that right ankle to the corner, left corner of the chair. And let's go ahead and wrap our left arm again around our right leg. And now we get that wonderful hip stretch, just in a little bit of a different angle. And you get your IT band here too. Oh, and twist that. So it was nice. It was nice. And she does yoga all the time too. It's just interesting. It's interesting if you are a biker or if you run or if you do other or if you walk a lot. Yes, you will have much more tight hip flexors than if you just 100% do yoga all the time. So good. Let's twist it towards the other way. And in my opinion, it's good to cross train. It's important to do those other things. Good. And let's go ahead and bring this back to center. Let's go ahead and do some eagle today because I looked out and there's giant pine trees out my window over here. And there's some, they're not eagles, but there's big hawks that live over there. Go ahead and cross this. Let's scoot ourselves forward and let's work on our wrap if you can, if it's available to you. So wrapping that foot around that ankle, or just maybe you can glue the front of your foot to the back of your foot, the other foot, back of the other foot, or working on that wrap. But trying to center our weight here. We've got our right over our left, so let's take our arms out. Let's take our right arm over our left arm. Give ourselves a nice big hug. So we'll do some eagle arms here too. Oh, give yourself that nice big hug. Let's glue our elbows together and either backs of the hands together or work on the wrap up at the top. So working on the wrap of the wrists. So wrap of the ankles, wrapping of the wrists, and trying to lengthen through our torso, trying to sit up nice and tall, trying to make sure we're not like over to one side too much, or over to one side the other way. It can feel a little uncomfortable, a little tight on that hip, but let's go ahead and breathe it here. 2 breaths. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And inhale it deeply and exhale it out. I think doing eagle is one of my favorite things to do with the chair. I love that. Okay, let's go ahead and open up those arms again, release that down, and let's go ahead and open up those legs. Nice. And shake that out. Scoot yourself away. So if you're not already scooted away, because we kind of scooted away to get into those eagle legs, and we're going to go back into staff. So let's lengthen out through those legs. If you had the right leg, you're at the left leg this time. If you've got both legs, and we're doing both legs again, let's lengthen up through this, and let's do 3 breaths here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Good. Let's go and release our arms down. And let's do our leg extension and curl, hamstring curl. So let's hamstring curl it in and extend. There's 8. Curl it in and extend. There's 7. Curl it in and extend. There's 6. Curl this in and extend. There's 5. Curl this in and extend. There's 4. Curl this in and extend. There's 3. Curl this in and extend. There's 2. Curl this in and extend. Hold this one. Let's point those toes and flex those feet, and point those toes and flex those feet, and try and sit that torso up tall. I'm telling you, because I wasn't. And flex those feet, point those toes and flex those feet. Very nice. Right leg, we can release it. Let's scoot ourselves forward, lift our left leg higher, and let's get ourselves into boat pose. 2 breaths here in this boat pose. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And again, big deep inhale and exhale it out. Very nice. And you can release that. Good. Scoot ourselves back to the back of the chair. Bring that left leg in. And give that a nice big hug. That feels really good. Oh, hug that, hug that, hug that. Let's wrap that right arm around that left leg. And let's go ahead and twist that. Twist it to the left. Love it. Very nice. And then twist it to the other side. That's good. And then bring that back to center. Mentally preparing for that piriformis, that figure 4. Let's take our ankle, foot to that right thigh. And sitting ourselves up, hinging this forward, finding out where our hinge is going to go on this side today. So remember opening that chest, keeping that chest open. Good. And then let's add in that breath and that movement, which will help a lot. Let's inhale it deeply and exhale, lead with that chest hinge forward. Inhale it up tall and exhale, hinge. Inhale it up tall and exhale, hinge. Inhale it up tall and exhale, hinge. And let's inhale it up tall and exhale, hinge. Wonderful. Ooh, hold that hinge here. Breathe it, breathe it. Very nice. Oh, and then release that. Good. Let's go into half shoelace. So let's take that left heel to the right corner of the chair. wrap our right arm back around that left leg, and nice IT band stretch, hip stretch, twist it to the left and breathe. And then twist it the other way. Good. And then bring that back to center, give that a nice big hug, and let's go into eagle on this side. So let's cross those legs, scooch ourselves forward so we have room to let that back foot wrap, if that's available. If you wrapped on the other side, then try your hardest to wrap on this side. So we've got that left leg over our right. Let's take our arms out and let's go ahead and give ourselves this nice big hug, left arm over our right arm. And reaching our fingers for our spine. Good, and sit ourselves up tall. It's harder on this side. So if you're finding that too, it's harder on this side for me to center the weight. Good, glue that, and let's go ahead and either back to the hands or wrap that around. Wrap those hands. And you're in this nice, strong eagle, supported eagle position. Let's go ahead and breathe it. Inhale it deeply, and exhale it out. And big deep inhale. And exhale it out. One more time. Big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Wonderful. Very good. Let's go ahead and open those arms up. Release that down. And let's uncross those legs. Shake that out. Very nice. Let's take ourselves over to the left side of the chair. I need to scoot my chair forward. And we're going to go into our supported crescent. Yay. So but we've got our right leg on the left side of the chair. Let's take our left leg behind us. Keep our heel lifted. And let's find our crescent, our supported crescent, and reach up through this. Oh, yeah. And because we have the chair support beneath us, we've got our strong legs as well. You can work on, if it feels good to you, you can work a little bit on maybe a slight back bend, if that's available, if it feels okay for you. If it doesn't, then don't go there. This is a hard enough pose as it is, and it's lengthening right here. Let's go ahead and drop our right hand to the right side of the chair and reach this over. Lengthen through that. Ah, good. Nice long back leg there. So that left leg is super nice and long back behind you. Wonderful. Good. And then let's go ahead and windmill this. So let's windmill our hands to our hips and get a little bit of a spinal twist here. And you can look back at your calf. You can look back straight behind you. You can look back up at the ceiling, whatever feels best for your neck and shoulders. But relaxing that face. Everything else is pretty much like when we do our warriors. Your legs are pretty much working here too. And that torso, because that torso is lifting you up nice and tall. Good, let's bring this back to center and let's go ahead and give that right leg the entire seat of the chair. So we can take that left leg off to the side. And now we've got the center, a modified gate pose. Third leg out to the side, lengthened up, centered here. Very good. Ooh, reach up through that. Let's go ahead and take that right hand back down to the right side of the chair and lengthen. And now we get more of the lateral stretch here, more of that whole side of the body instead of the front side of the body. We're getting the side of the body. Let's reach through that and breathe. And let's windmill this, windmill that arm and reach this over. So good. We're going to take it into our nice little pigeon. So we're going to release that, turn our torsos towards the seat of the chair. Now our legs, very similar to what we did with the crescent. That strap's in the way back there. Heel stays lifted. And let's lengthen up right here. Reach up through this. And that whole front leg is supported in this wonderful, wonderful pigeon. Get that really good hip stretch right here, hip flexor. And we're getting that good hip flexor stretch on the other side, on the glute side of the leg on the right side. Nice. Let's go ahead and do a seated forward fold. So you're either going to fold on those hands, you're going to fold forward on the elbows, or fold all the way forward. Feel free to use the support of the block. If you have that flexibility and you want to challenge yourself, then you don't have to use the block. Put your hands all the way on the floor. I am not there today, but my hands, I am putting my block a little bit lower. So I am doing a little bit more challenge here. And I definitely feel it in my glute, my right glute. Breathe it here. Remembering to keep our back straight leg active. So that means that we're keeping that heel flexed and we're remembering that it's there and it's not just falling asleep. So keeping that leg straight, heel stays lifted. Very nice. Good. And let's bring ourselves back up, lengthen ourselves back up, reach up through those arms. Very, very good. And then release that. Nice. Let's go into some warriors. So let's take our right leg off to the side. Got our nice warrior 2 legs here, supported by the chair. Lengthen through our arms. So we have a nice, wonderful, strong, proud warrior. Face is relaxed, but our legs are strong, torso is strong, arms are strong, neck is strong. Strong breath here as well. Good, let's drop our back arm, take our palm up, right palm up, and go into that nice reverse warrior. Ooh, feeling that today as well. And trying to keep space. It's very easy to kind of crush yourself when you're doing this one. Try and keep yourself lengthened so that you have that space for your lungs. From here, let's go ahead and take it into side angle. So taking that arm to the thigh, right arm to the thigh, left arm comes up and over. That bicep, nice, resting on the temple right there. And breathe. Good. Very strong. Strongly bringing ourselves back into a proud warrior. And then release that. Very nice. Let's take ourselves to the other side. So taking ourselves over to the right. Let's take that right leg behind us. Our left leg gets that to the seat of the chair. Right leg is behind us in our supported crescent. And let's reach up through the center here and work on that back bend if that's available to you, if it feels good for you today. Sometimes that does not feel good. Listen to your body. Every day is different. Sometimes other stretches are feeling good today. Maybe not your low back, and that is okay. Good, let's take that left hand and drop that left hand to the left side of the chair. Reach ourselves over. Ah, very nice. Breathe. Windmill our arms right there to our hips. Get a nice hip twist right here. Spinal twist, hip twist. And just like we did on the other side, you can be looking back at your calf. The mobility of this side on my neck, it's not as much as it is on the other side. So I was like, oh, I can't look as far behind as I did on the other side. And maybe if that's you, pretty normal. That's why we do this, is to help balance ourselves out, to help get flexibility equally on both sides of the body. Very nice. Good, bring this back to center. Let's take our left leg, give our left leg the seat of the chair. Let's take our right leg off to the side. Lengthen up center here. So that modified gate pose. Remembering to breathe deeply, using that breath. That breath really helps to smooth out all that tightness. Let's take that left hand, drop that left hand again, and reach this over. And now we have that lateral stretch. And if there's at any point when that tightness feels overwhelming or too much, try and breathe even deeper into that. It will be helpful. Good, let's windmill that arm and reach this over. Like with when we change sides, my tightness tends to, I tend to hold my breath, but I have to remember, deep breath here, deeper breath, rather than tightening the breath or slowing it down or stopping it. So deeper breath. Good. Very nice. Let's move into pigeon on this other side. So turning our torso, back heel is lifted, back leg is active. Let's go ahead and reach up center here, reaching up through this. Good. And let's take it into that forward fold. So wherever you did the forward fold on the other side, that's what you're aiming for on this side. So if you're on your hands, then stay on your hands. If you're on your elbows, then work towards your elbows. If you were using a block, or if you were touching the floor, then do the same thing on this side. We want to really, really, really make that one of our main focuses is trying to be equal on both sides to help prevent injury. Super important. We do this for strength and for breathing purposes to help prevent injury, but it's also important to know that that balance helps to prevent injury as well. And let's go ahead and lift ourselves back up, reach back up through this, lengthen up through this, reach, reach, reach. Good, and then release that. Let's take that left leg off to the side and find our warriors on our left side. So finding our warrior two legs. Strong legs, strong torso, strong arms. Face is relaxed, but everything else is strong here and powerful. Very nice. Breathe it here. Let's drop that back arm, take our palm up and reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. Ooh, breathe up through that. Try and lengthen and open up through this rather than close or crush that back rib cage. Try and get a little bit lengthening here. Very nice. Let's take it into our side angle. So taking that arm down to the thigh, other arm over, bicep on that temple, and breathe. Good. Bring ourselves back up. Proud warrior. Very nice. And then go ahead and release that. Let's keep those legs wide. Grab your blocks and take our blocks to the inside of our feet. Wide legs. And let's do that a seated spinal twist with the wide legs. Let's take our right hand, place our right hand on our block. Ooh, open this up, left arm up. Very nice. And breathe. Good. Bring this to center and let's inhale it up. Let's exhale with that left arm down and opening up the right and breathe. And inhale this up and release that. Good. Bring those legs together. Let's take our blocks out in front of us. And we're going to go ahead and do a stand. We're going to do our standing movements now. So let's go ahead and inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Seated forward fold. Pressing our feet into the floor. Pressing our hands into blocks. Let's lift our glutes up off the chair. Our first standing forward fold. Ooh, feel that in those hamstrings. In the backs of the legs. Maybe relax that head. Ooh, nice standing forward fold. Very good. Good. Go ahead and take a seat. Inhale and sweep our arms up nice and big. Exhale, dive it down and over. Pressing our feet into the floor, hands into blocks. Let's lift our glutes up off the chair. Standing forward fold. Very nice. Let's add in a tabletop here. So let's inhale, flatten through that spine. Exhale and release. Take a seat on the chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Good. Feet are on the floor. Let's lift our glutes up off the chair. Standing forward fold. Tabletop. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Take a seat on that chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Feet planted on the floor. Let's lift our glutes. Good. Holding here in this nice standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, flatten that back. Exhale and release. Let's keep it here in our standing forward fold. Our head has been low, so when we take it into our mountain, which we're going to do next, go ahead and take that head up nice and slow as you need to. Let's inhale and sweep this up into a nice mountain pose, but let's lift our arms. So bring our arms up, and then let's go ahead and cactus those arms back. Woo. Nice cactus. So inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, tabletop. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift this up. And then let's go ahead and release our arms down to our sides. Very nice. Roll those shoulders back and roll that forward. Let's go ahead and move our chair to where we want it for our shoulder stand, modified shoulder stand. So we're going to take ourselves down to our the floor, grab whatever you need for our fun and relaxation as well. Grab a block. Maybe grab a strap, have a strap within reaching distance, and we're going to take ourselves down onto the floor. And let's go ahead and take ourselves all the way down onto the floor. Scoot ourselves nice and close to that chair. Take our legs up onto the chair, scooting ourselves forward. Oh yeah. And let's take that block. So taking the block, or if you've got hard pillows, you can use hard pillows. You just want some height. Let's take that block underneath our sacrum. So right underneath that back belt area for support right there. And let's go ahead and have our palms facing out or up, out, up. Our shoulders are rotated open, our chest is open, belly is open, everything, heart is open, open to the sky, rib cage is open. Very good. And then let's go ahead and bring those legs up. Nice supported shoulder stand. And you can be in stillness here, or you can be pointing and flexing those feet. Or you can be rotating ankles. And breathe. So finding whatever feels best for you here. Enjoying this inversion. Enjoying that those legs are above the heart. I love this, especially when I'm having like, if I ate extra salt or something, and I'm having a little bit of bloating, it feels it feels kind of funny, but it's actually very helpful. Oh. And again, as always, if you can't have them up in the air, then feel free to push yourself against the wall and your legs can be supported up in the air because it can be very, very helpful. Breathing deeply here. Good. Let's go ahead and release one leg, release the other leg. Let's take our right ankle, place it onto our left thigh, and go ahead and push that inner right thigh away with that hand. So pushing that away. And opening up that hip flexor. And then release that. Let's switch sides. So taking the other side, push that left inner thigh away. And release that as well. Very nice. Good. Let's go ahead and take that block out from underneath our sacrum. We can place ourselves back onto the floor. You can push that chair away, and we're going to move into our final relaxation because you for sure definitely deserve it. Let's lengthen through our legs towards one end of the room. Reach through our fingers, our arms towards the other end of the room. If you've got that eye pillow, then go ahead and place that over your eyes and enjoy that darkness, that heaviness, that nice heaviness. Just always, oh, it always feels so good over the sinuses. That darkness can help quiet things in your mind. Reaching through those legs, reaching through those arms, imagining that you're adding a couple inches to your height here, to your length here. Really reach through that. Maybe your low back is able to lift it off the floor, maybe not. But let's inhale deeply here. And with a deep exhale, allow yourself to melt. Allow yourself to sink, to settle. Let those feet fall open. Maybe your arms can be open to the side. And slowing everything even more, quieting everything. Relax your jaw. And maybe doing a mental body scan, recognizing if there's any tightness, tension, soreness, anything else going on in your body, recognizing where that might be happening, and maybe sending your breath there, or recognizing it and imagining that you can send some warmth there to smooth that out. Our brains are pretty powerful, and then using that breath can be very helpful. You can do a lot with your breath, with your brain. Relax that jaw. Still relaxing. Let's go ahead and bend our knees and tuck our tailbone under. So maybe that you can get flat back against the floor. Maybe a little bit, maybe not. But just that pelvic tilt can be very helpful. Now let's drop both of our knees over to your most comfortable side. Taking yourself onto your side for a few breaths here. And let's slowly begin to press ourselves up, bring ourselves up into whatever seated pose feels the best for you, feels the strongest for you, most supportive for you. but just enough that you can lengthen up through your spine. Maybe roll your shoulders down and back. Good. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Bring our palms together and exhale. Eyes are going to follow our fingers. Take our chin to chest. Nice. Lift our head to center. Take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Take our hands to our hearts. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Big, deep inhale. And a cleansing exhale. And let's do one more breath like that. Big, deep inhale. And a big cleansing exhale. And thank you for practicing with me today. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.